All right, this video I'm going to talk about money and what it means to you, the whole meaning of it, and how we value it, and things of that nature. Because you have some people who, once they level up on the income or just come into some money, and so they running around with over 100,000, or now you're making 150,000, 200,000 a year. They feel that it changes their status. It's supposed to make them, I guess, maybe cooler because they feel now the lifestyle has to match. They got the cash, the house, and the vehicle, and now they feel that the group of people they attract is supposed to now change based on who they feel they should deserve to be able to rub elbows with. You know, ladies have a certain type of man she feels she should be having on her arm. Guys feel it's a certain type of lady they should have on their arm once the income has raised to a certain level. And so, I mean, obviously there'll be people you might have to cut off because everybody can't go because they're just trying to leech off of you. But then you still have the circle that was already there, that was solid. They weren't necessarily in a position to help you, but they weren't harming you either. And they cool with you, you're cool with them, but you still just feel like since you made it to this certain income level, maybe even more than what your circle has, the people who are in your cell phone contacts, that you should be able to be around a certain type of people. But the money, that bigger house that you're in, 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, whatever the case may be, the vehicle that you drive, that doesn't translate into now I'm cooler. Now I got this type of status. It's like putting on a certain pair of sneakers and now you went from here to here. No, you still where you're at. That's not going to get you that type of individual that you feel you should be in that circle with. If you really want that circle, there's other things you're gonna have to change on the inside with you in order to run in those circles. You might have the same money as those circles, but those people still won't look at you any differently. You won't even attract those. You'll still get the people who you've been rocking with before your level up. And those people aren't necessarily bad people. Like for me, I'm cool with the people who I have in my cell phone contacts, that circle. In the future, will I attract more? They'll be similar. They'll be different, but similar. Because, like I said, everybody who we have is a reflection of us. But we feel once you get this sort of amount of dollars that, okay, now I should be able to attract these type of individuals, whoever they may be, because I don't know what circles people are looking to run into once they level up on their income. Their lifestyle just changed. I got rid of this debt. I'm moving this way now. So now I should look like the cool person in the room now, and I should be able to touch elbows with those type of people. Now, what can happen is that since you're leading with your money and your materialism, that you'll get people who will just look at you as the person they can call to come up off of. You'll buy this, you'll finance that, whatever the case may be. You'll get used. These will be new people you attract, but they already see a dollar sign in front of you way before they even see you. So be careful about this whole level up lifestyle that you want. It's cool to double your income and all of that and not be down in the dumps. But there's a balance to it. Just because you now making this extra money, maybe 200,000 a year, even if the people that's in that 1% where you in the millions, that doesn't guarantee or make feel that you should deserve this new circle. I mean, your current circle is probably fine, but you feel, hey, I should be running at this level now, and that's not always the case. You're not necessarily those people. You still who you are socially. Your status is still where it's at, and it's not a bad status. You just feel, I should be able to touch bases with those type of people, whoever they may be, because you driving this now, you live here now, And that's not the case. If you want that, you're gonna have to do the inner work to change who you are, if it's even worth it. Your current circle might be cool, they might have your back, and you can try and help level them up if need be, instead of trying to keep that circle, but then get this other circle that they probably just don't mix. But money and whatever new outfits you now wearing, based on if that's how money translates into what it means to you, that now my status is here, when it's really not. You just have more cash, you still who you are. And so I think that's where people get a misunderstanding of the meaning of money. I just look at it as a tool, a resource. You take it, invest in stocks, cryptocurrency, let that build. Maybe you can put money in towards some business. You can be an investor and then collect the cash off of that. Or if you want to get into, a 3-unit building, or you want to get rental property, or you just want to sell properties, fix them up and sell them. Be careful with that whole real estate part. Do your research. But I look at this money as a tool and a resource like that. Not that, okay, I have the extra cash, so now I should be able to run around with these people. This is the type of lady I should have, and all of that. If you feel that way, there are certain other characteristics that you have to change. And more so importantly than that, your whole character. The characteristics is just, your resume, your money, your new home, and all of that. The character is why you attract who you got right now, no matter how much money you have. And then you got people who look at the cash as just, they may only be making 40,000 a year, and they just trying to keep their head above water and keep the bills paid. So you can look at it those 3 different levels. I'm just trying to keep my head above water, or I'm using it as a tool, as a resource, or where you seem to have a misunderstanding that you got it like that, but the type of people who you want to now be surrounded by aren't necessarily going to just gravitate to you, because you're still not that person. The money doesn't do that. And that's where people get it misconstrued, and there's a misunderstanding about the meaning of money. But this is how different people look at it and what it means to you. This is not about what the meaning of money is per se. It's just what it means to you, what it means to me and everyone else. Like I said, for me, use it as a tool, as a resource. You can invest it. But I'm not trying to level up and then I get to having this amount of cash saved up, and I feel, well, these are the new people I should be around because my money says so. No. You still are going to get you no matter what. And people are already on this hamster wheel, still chasing money as it is, and then trying to bring in a whole nother group of personalities. That's a lot to deal with. Bills and these new people who are at this level, and you feel they should accept you in because now you're making the same amount of money. It doesn't necessarily work like that. But money has different meanings to different people. And I want to show a video. Let me get the sharing together that I saw about what made me make this video and the conversation between the 2 gentlemen here. So let me get this sharing together. Hold on. 1 second. Let me see. All right. There we go. All right. So this is the video that I want you all to check out. And the creator is House of Consciousness. As this guy here, Sarnetta. Subscribe to his channel, subscribe to mine. And the video is off of his channel, House of Consciousness. That's the name of the channel. And you're going to see the back and forth between this guy, Hassan Campbell, and they talking about money, and this guy down here, Herman Smalls. Here we go.
Herman, go ahead, Herman. Okay, well, again, you brothers were comparing checks, so I thought I would, join the check comparison. And the largest check, brothers, I got, man, the biggest check I got was $0.00. And you know why that is? Because I've never gotten a check. I've never been monetized. When I came to YouTube, I saw it as a vehicle, much as with hip hop, that again I saw it first from its earlier stages. I saw the same kind of ingredients, but I knew from the get-go, when the devil pays you, the devil sways you. And I've seen so many brothers damn near have nervous breakdowns when they decide to yank that monetization. They do a whole bunch of tap dancing and looking for a biscuit. So let's be mindful of who's sending those checks out. And when they want to redirect your message, as gangster as we think we are, we get shadow banned in a moment. So if the dollar, if the material, again, the prize of capitalism, if that's all we're adopting, bigger houses, more cars, more bling, but not understanding that we're all up in the matrix. We didn't even get to Kanye yet. But those who wanted to jam to, he said the red and the blue pill. There's so much is going on. All we do, we forcing about how much money we got. His money, with his faces on it. And his system is getting ready to collapse. That's the thing I admire about your content, brother. You're the only one, very few speak about survivalism. You say yourself, how many of y'all know how to live off the grid? You talk about putting restaurants up at the top projects. So, brother, I've been following you and listening to you. So I know you go different places. But both you brothers get locked down on this materialism like a bigger check is the only thing that we in this for. And the other part of that is just understanding that it's just a calling for you to do whether they take a check or not, or when they take your money, or when they change your money, you change your message. And I ask both of you that.
All right, let me.
Okay, Hassan is about to respond in YouTube fair use on this video, fair use. So you heard Herman Smalls with the earth symbol for his background. And he's basically just saying, like we all know, all money isn't good money. Be careful who's paying you, where it's coming from. They can control you, put you in a box. And, some people may say he sounds like a poor righteous teacher. And, he's never been monetized on YouTube. He has a channel, I believe, but he's never been monetized. And so he's coming from, basically not letting yourself get corrupted by the money and thinking that everything that comes with it is 100 and positive. There's downfalls and pitfalls to cash and things like that. So that's one side of it. Now we're about to continue. Hassan Campbell is about to speak, and he is monetized on YouTube. You can subscribe to him too. Here we go.
Let me say this right. You know what you sound like. I'm gonna tell you what you sound like to me, right? You sound like them dudes that be sitting up there talking about what's money. Money ain't everything, right? I'm gonna tell you what money is, right? Money is power, right? Money is the car net bill. Money is the gas that moves the car. Money is that food that's in that refrigerator, right? And see, my whole thing is, right, when you ain't got money, you ain't got no power. If let's just say, for example, everything's shut down right now because of an earthquake, right?
You just bought a new car, huh? You just bought a new car. Yeah.
So my whole thing is, right, I save for a rainy day and I prepare for a rainy day. Y'all seen my monetization go off. They took my monetization, right? For no reason. Took my monetization. And y'all seen me, right? Y'all watching on the internet. You remember Lily, right? You Asanetta, right? You see that big ass house that she living in? You see what I'm saying? So now when you prepare it, that's from university all the way to the suburbs now. Mini mansion. So now when you sit back and you analyze, these things gotta be paid for. If we have a small earthquake right now, how many months can you go and pay your rent or keep up with your bills and keep food on the table? How long? I said you're supposed to save for a rainy day. A rainy day to me is making sure you can pay your bills for at least a whole year without an income. So now instead of you, like how I say, thank you for sponsoring this war, you have nothing to leave behind to your family except excuses of why you didn't want to get no money off of YouTube. because they can sway you. Like, nigga, they not swaying me because I learned to get incognito while I learned to hide my message behind celebrity gossip. While meanwhile, you sit up there talking about I made zero checks. So if let's just say for the last 10 years you being on YouTube, let's just say you would have accumulated $10 million. What could you have done with that $10 million except for making these excuses for why you ain't getting money?
Right.
What are you leaving behind to your family outside of those clothes that you got on and the vehicle that you just bought that they probably not even gonna be able to pay for? And you make an excuse. Money is power. And if you don't have no money, you gotta go sit your ass at the table with the little children and let the grown folks talk.
Yeah. Good money, all money ain't good money. Ain't that?
No. All money is good money when ain't nothing going on with the rent. Tell the landlord that, my nigga. Tell the landlord that all money ain't good money. Tell that the car, you're leasing on your car. Tell the bank that all money ain't good. The bank don't want to hear that shit. Ain't nothing going on with the rent. Every dollar in my pocket is a good dollar. Every dollar.
All right, you all heard Hassan. I'm gonna stop it there. If you all want to see the rest of it, you can go to House of Consciousness channel, Sarnetta, right there in the top left. And Hassan makes good points. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. That's a popular song from the 1980s. And he said, now Herman said all money ain't good money. And that's true as well. But then the way Hassan flipped it, he says it's all good money if it comes to rent, if it comes to this, if it comes to that. You got it strategized to where this dollar goes here, this dollar goes there. You can control, where your money goes to make sure it works and that it's going in a positive direction. As far as where Herman's coming from, all money ain't good money. Yeah, we do have to be careful about where it's coming from, and if it can be snatched away from you just like that. And that is possible on YouTube. They will take away monetization. You can get it back, but the type of money that people are making on here, $20,000 a month, $40,000 a month, like he said, say for a rainy day, 1 year, 365 days, we should all be able to just go starting out paying if we have no income coming in. That's what we should start at. That's what Hassan is saying. And then just go from there. And hopefully within that year and less than that year, you can get income to start flowing once more. And so then we get to the point where you can go 2 years without anything coming in. Not that I'm saying that we don't want anything coming in. Keep it coming, but keep saving as well. Rainy day. You don't necessarily, just because you're now at the 150,000 a year, 200,000 a year, and forget, just attracting that new circle of friends that you feel you should be in to match your money, or that lady a guy think he should be with now, or that guy or lady thinks she should be with now because of her new income. Just still living below your means, even though you're making 200,000 a year, but now you feel the home has to match and the vehicle has to match. Keep that stuff a couple of steps behind. I mean, you'll still be driving and living fine, but it's just having that cushion as well, because you didn't go overboard and you have something for a rainy day. Remember what Hassan Campbell just said: 365 days, no income coming in, but you can pay for everything, and maybe even do it for another second year. But that comes from just saving. If that's, if forbid that happens to anybody, God forbid, but yeah, you got to keep the money, what's coming in. You want to keep a steady flow of income, save it just in case whatever gets yanked away. And things like stocks and cryptocurrency, now that can't be yanked away from you, obviously. And that stuff goes up and down. And so that's not the only thing you necessarily want to have. But definitely, Once you get in position to start bringing in more money and then have disposable income, then look into that. Until then, everybody's on the hamster wheel. Even some of the more financially secure people, still trying to make sure they have enough, not stopping, continuing to work. And I don't mean continuing to work for someone else. On YouTube, these people are working for themselves. And so you want to get to a point, not that you ever, Anton Daniels, again, who's also on YouTube, he said he'll never stop working, but he didn't mean that in terms of I got to be here at 8 and I get off at 4:30, and then I have a yearly review and all of that. He was talking about for himself and his businesses, and then he got a daughter who turned in 17, I think, this year, for him to pass it down to her and make sure she can take it to the next level. I understand that type of never retiring, because he's not talking from a space of, having to get up and be at a building and things like that. That's no. And that's not what we're trying to do here. And that's why some people go the YouTube route, like Hassan Campbell, and trying to, now you working for yourself, and they still pay taxes too. They file 1099s on YouTube. So, it's all still a business. And more so in that dialogue that they had, if you go and watch the whole video, Hassan Campbell talks about how he would never quit YouTube to go apply for something on LinkedIn. He didn't use those words exactly, but he said go get a job. When he's saying his next YouTube check is going to be 21,000, and you don't even, that's more than people who on a salary will get in the next 4 to 5 months. You're not going to see that amount in your direct deposit every 2 weeks that he's about to get. Now, the highest he's gotten is, he said, 58,000. He mentions that in the video. So, in 1 month, off of YouTube, through the views and after being monetized. So, it's a process, but still, it's income that's coming in. But I want you all to see both sides and see where Hassan is coming from in terms of, what's going on, the rent, kids, passing stuff down, and also see Herman Small's point of view in terms of, basically having a balance with the money and understanding, maybe to pass on a certain opportunity if, it's coming from what he says is not a good space. All money is not good money. And then just not getting caught up too much in the materialism part of it, but using it as a resource. So they both make good points in terms of how they view money, what it means to them. And that's why I wanted to make sure I included that video in mine today from that channel, House of Consciousness. Because I think it's important for us to see different views on cash, on money, and how we should approach things, especially light bill, gas bill, children, car note, student loans, whatever else you got out here, and trying to get these things paid off and making sure your children are straight and things like that, and not having any errors on our part that will cause us to get into more debt, being more intelligent out here when it comes to spending and living below our means. So what do you all think about money? What does it mean to you? How do you approach it? How much of it do you think you need? How much of it do you want? Do you feel you should have a new group, a new circle of friends? Guys, do you feel you should have a certain type of lady? Ladies, do you feel you should have a certain type of man once you have X amount of dollars in your bank account? That now you've graduated into this new circle that you feel you deserve. And if you don't have who you want to be around, have you looked in the mirror as to why you don't have it and how you still who you are? So you still are attracting the same people that's in your cell phone contacts. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but those are people who you've been around for the last 5, 6, even more years, and anybody new that bumps into you, they're going to be similar to them, regardless of how much money you have. Are you viewing money in that way as you feel you should have a certain look to you? Your lifestyle has to match. And if you want that, are you doing the inner work to be able to get into those circles and attract those type of people, whatever the type of group that you're looking for? So I think the main thing is just to put money in its proper place because it's going to mean different things to all of us, I think, at the end of the day. I can't give you one definition of what money actually means. I can't. And then you see the shirt, it ain't for you to decide. My bag, basically, it's not for anyone to decide how much any of us make. If you can make it, get it, do it clean, do it with, integrity based on what Herman said. But understand, to make as much as you can coming from Hassan because of rainy days and being able to pay your bills up to 1 year with no other income coming in. So, always balance. Money is a tool, it's a resource, makes things a lot easier, but it's not going to bring you from here to here on a status level. You're not going to be cooler because you have 5 million now. You're just not. You're still going to be the same person. You want to change yourself, you got to do the inner work. New levels of money, new amounts, higher amounts is not going to do that. And you think the attention you get will be because you arrived, but no, they're looking at you like a meal of theirs that you're going to pay for since you like to lead with your dollars. And I'm talking to women and men instead of leading with you. So that's just some food for thought for everybody who hears this. Let me know down in the comments how you all feel about money, what it means to you. Are you tired of chasing it? Do you feel like you're on the hamster wheel? Do you feel like it's no end in sight? Or do you just feel like money doesn't matter and that the system is not set up for you to win and you just comfortable where you are? I like to know where everybody's point of view on it is and where you feel you fit in this world and tying money into it. Let me know down in the comments. Are you just tired of working, getting up? Be honest. And let's all share our thoughts and like, share, and subscribe as always to the channel, Facts or Feelings. All one word, no spaces. Put that in the YouTube search, Facts or Feelings, no spaces, and my channel comes right up. And do something more meaningful that don't have nothing to do with money. The money is there for the taking, but something meaningful is, on a different level than that. The money is a side effect of your performance and your work ethic and what you want out of life. And then the people who you claim you want to be around, they'll be a side effect of it too. It'll all come in because everything's going to gravitate back towards to you. You're the center. And only you can decide that. I'm out.